about a minute before we're actually going to start, and we need to make sure that we have all the kinks worked out. If anybody is watching this, can you let us know, is the lighting good? And, you know, stuff like that. Can you hear us? I'm watching the chat right now.
Make sure audio's working.
Yeah, make sure the audio is working.
All right.
Let me pick up my phone here. Anybody, can you hear us? Anybody, can you hear us?
Oh, I think you can because you can hear it through your phone.
Oh, I can hear me through my phone. And the computer. Oh, I can hear me through my phone. And the computer. Okay, we're adjusting that. That's good. All right, cool. Thank you, thank you. Adjusting so I can see comments.
Should be on the
there
computer.
We go.
Can you see on the computer comments?
I'm blind. I need glasses. All right.
We'll get started.
We'll get started here. So, good evening, LC Valley. I'm Jesse, and we thought we should do kind of like a get to know us, and you know what we're about and why we're doing this, and also a thank you. Later on this evening, we're going to be talking to the bus driver, Bobbi, and presenting her with some stuff. Right now, we're really grateful. Just a few days ago, in less than 48 hours, we had 500 subscribers. And now we have, like, I'm looking right now, 18,000 subscribers. Like, that's amazing. And it's all because of you guys. We really, really appreciate it. We just crossed a huge milestone of 10 million views. And that's a blessing, honestly. We'll be able to do a lot more for you, bring you more content. We have a whole bunch of content, actually, that we're going to start breaking up and presenting. So everything from interviews to, you know, controversial subjects. Our goal, or like kind of what we wanted to help people. And we thought the community, you guys, the LC Valley and other people, I've had offers from the Boise area and stuff too, and we thought that people would want to help people in their time of need and get things, you know, handled, I guess, that couldn't be handled. Hang on real quick. I'm going to pass my phone off real quick. It's hard for me to see the comments, and so we're going to have a moderator go ahead and take care of that real quick.
We just talk about some of the stuff we've done so far with helping people.
Yeah.
And check it on our channel too. Some of that stuff's on there.
So all of the content is on our channel, exposing the illusions, and that's kind of like a branch off of Walk This Way Media. David is a really great guy, and he's in charge of that. So we do things like help people get home. We helped a gentleman that was here stranded in the park situation. I don't know if anybody that's involved in the Ninth Circuit on the West Coast would know about the homeless issues and getting people or allowing people to stay in public or city-owned property and sleep there. So, but now that that's been dealt with, we have to clean up. The cities are now responsible for coming up with ordinances and cleaning up everything. And that's kind of where we're at right now, especially with our place. We're one of 3 cities that have been sued by a nonprofit that's actually funded by the state, of all things. And we have to wait for this lawsuit. The freedom, in a novel case, if you think about it, the freedom to not move. We all know we have the freedom of movement, and they went and took the kind of flip side of that and got the freedom to not move. So
You talk about documentary too.
Yeah, that's our documentary. So the last green space is the documentary that's being done right now for the homeless community and the issue that's going on right now with that. It's on our channel. Feel free to look at it. We have shorts on it, and then the full length video should be out later in the year. So when more stuff gets resolved, we have to wait for court cases to get resolved, and then, you know, we've helped a young gentleman who was stranded here, and you know, he needed to get from moms to dads, and the community came through and helped. Like, you know, we had one individual who was escaping the fires, and they had to be evacuated, and he was like the last car out, and stuff's falling off the mountains and everything, and big huge chunks of rocks were falling underneath his car, and one big chunk of rock rolled underneath his car and put holes in the bottom of it, and literally put a hole right in his oil pan. You know, he had just enough oil left in the car, I guess, to make it to work, and then he was stranded at work. The community pulled through, and they helped him out. And you know, I did the work. I volunteered my labor. The community did the rest. Yeah, within less than 24 hours, his family, him, the vehicle, they got hotel stays. You know, they were taken care of from the fires that were happening. And it's a sign that shows how good the community is. And the video that we're doing right now, the bus video, sorry about that. The bus video, the bus driver video, has become a huge topic. Like, and people were fussing at each other and arguing. And it comes down to, did the bus driver do the right thing? Was she following protocol? You know, what kind of was going on there? And it's a really touchy subject, we found out. Like, you know, who does bring your kids home? How do they act around them? What's going on, you know? And we wanted to get a hold of her. We got a hold of her. We're going to be meeting up with her a little bit later on. This story is so important, and the reach has gone out so far with this. Over 10 million views. Like, that's crazy. And it shows how much people are interested in the problems in youth, or, you know, parenting and stuff like that. You know, who's to blame? The bus driver for following orders? You know, what is a job, and how far do you go in that job? To, you know, the parents that were really upset. These things, you know, they matter to a lot of people, and they matter really, they really matter.
So we got Undertaker fan says here that she did not. And then also Caden Kubala says, what happened on the bus? I just joined. What did the bus driver do to the kids?
Okay, so if the bus driver didn't do anything to the kids that we're aware of. There was a full investigation done. The superintendent of the school district actually made a statement and said everything was, you know, looked at. They do need to clarify some things. The bus driver followed protocol. If you listen to the video, we made sure that you could hear dispatch on there and talking to the bus driver and telling her what to do. You know, go ahead, don't stop them from jumping out the window. You can't do that. But don't open the door either, because there's parents outside. You know, when the school bus stopped, what happened was kids were throwing stuff at cars and had body parts outside the window. And those of us who took school buses when we were kids, what did the bus driver tell you? You know, sit down, don't open up the window and stick your body parts out. We all got told horror stories about getting your head knocked off because the bus driver gets too close to a pole or something, right? You know, like, those are things that, you know, we grew up with, and whether they happened or not, I don't know, but I was afraid of it, so I didn't do it. And I listened, and apparently these children were not listening. And so the bus driver did what the bus driver was told and followed protocol, went past a couple, I think it was 3 stops, because she basically turned around and went back to the school. That's what she was told to do. You can hear on dispatch, her talking to dispatch and them telling her to keep the door closed. And they told her, don't stop the children from exiting the bus. If the kids wanted to open up the back emergency door, they could have opened up the back emergency door, apparently. The bus driver wasn't going to stop them. She was not trapping them on that bus. There was no, habeas corpus or no kidnapping or anything like that going on. She was following her orders. And then...
Yeah, so Undertaker fan says, I think she should have let them out. So explain maybe the protocol why she couldn't let them out, even though a parent was standing at the door.
Okay, so in that case, what happened is these kids, as they missed those stops, they called their parents, those that had phones, and they were saying, what's going on? Those parents came to the school and met the bus at the school. There was a few of them that were there. Now, the bus driver doesn't know who these people are. The bus driver just knows that she went back to the school, and now that there's some potentially hostile people that are speaking loudly to her or whatever, I can't attest to what they said. But apparently, there was some issues. The bus driver has to follow protocol. She can't just open up the door and let the kids out. First, they need to know how many kids are out of the bus. They need to take like some kind of roll call. Didn't you ever have to take roll call when you went on field trips and stuff? The bus driver can't leave until every kid that was on that bus is accounted for, and then they can leave. So, and then there's angry parents outside. She doesn't know who those kids, who the parents and the kids belong to. All she knows is that there's hostile people outside, and she's being told by a superior what to do. Granted, this is where, society, I guess, has deemed what is appropriate and what isn't, and what is her responsibility and what's not her responsibility. If she wants to keep her job, which she loves doing her job, she gets to drive big rigs, and it's a freedom thing for her, and she feels good about it, and she loves driving the kids. She wants to install good morals on them. This is what she has told us. So I think what it is nowadays, kids don't respect adults, straight up. How many children do you know get told that when an adult tells you to do something, you listen? Especially when it's like the bus driver telling you, hey, don't stick your arms out, don't stick your head out, you might get hit, or you might, I don't know. I would say you're gonna get your head knocked off, get back inside and sit down. That's what my bus driver told me. Is that wrong to say now? Is the generations too emotional that they can't handle someone telling them to sit down and put their body parts back in and don't throw things at vehicles? Can we not tell our kids that anymore? I don't know.
Someone was asking how long ago was this? This was last Friday.
Last Friday, yep. It was last Friday. And she, apparently they got a new bus driver to take that bus and continue on the route, is what I was told. And I don't know if she, got in trouble. She didn't get in trouble. The superintendent said that they're looking at the protocol basically, and they need to clarify some things so everybody knows what is protocol. What does her job entail? What does she do when children don't listen? Not all the kids were, being bad. And some people are saying that, oh, don't blame all the kids. Not all the kids were being bad. We don't blame all the kids. There was a small, less than 5 group of kids that were being, disorderly. It's part of society. We have to be orderly and do things so society works, and you follow directions, and it's all for a reason, so you don't get your head knocked off by a pole. It's...
Yeah, so tell them what we're doing here in, an hour.
In 1 hour, we're gonna go meet up with Bobbi the Bus Driver. So she's a good lady. She's happy that she's being supported by people. That was what we kind of originally wanted to do, is show her some support. And anybody out there that wants to show her some support, get a hold of us. It's not hard. We've had a couple people donate some gift cards. We've had a day spa donate
She's gonna be pampered for the whole
Yeah,
day.
she's gonna be pampered for the whole day. Get her nails did, her hair did. You know, like she's gonna feel appreciated. And how many of these bus drivers, you know, feel appreciated? They have to deal with some children that act like their parents. Come on, you know, it's like these poor. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to do it. There's no way.
Hey, so Cammy Doodle says, you have every man's dream, a perfect beard. Some people
Thank
might say
you.
it's fake.
Some
Some people say it was fake.
yes, somebody told me my beard was fake and they were trying to be mean to me. And this is my freedom beard. So I'm allowed to grow a beard now. And this is 1 year. Actually, I shaved it the day before my birthday because I wanted to get my ID and look all clean shaven and nice and everything. So my hair and my beard, August 29th, so August 28th, I shaved it. So this is 1 year and like a few days, right? And thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. When I was in the Army, I had to shave twice a day. Like, you know how horrible it is to shave twice, to dry shave twice a day when it's this thick. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible.
Maybe ask them if they have any questions for the bus driver. We're going to see in an hour.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions for me that they would like me to ask the bus driver? Like, did she know she was following protocol, or did she, you know, what was she thinking? What started it in her mind? You know, how did it finish? Stuff like that. If anybody has any questions, I'm going to try really hard to see them, and then I'll make sure that I write them down and we'll ask her, and we'll get her side of the story, and then also show her the appreciation that so many bus drivers actually deserve. Like, honestly. Yeah. Is there?
I was wondering too what the people thought, you know, why this video has 10.5 million views in 3 days.
Why this video has 10. By the way, those who want to know, David is in the background. He does all of the video. He does all the the tech stuff. He does the editing. He is everything that is not this beard. Straight up. Like, he is the man. So I really appreciate him and wanting to do this with me when when we came together to help people out. Remember, that's our goal. We really want to help people out. And I think the helping people out and the being honest and just showing what's up has really helped. And then also how much people feel about children and their little behaviors. And, you know, is our society getting told that we can't discipline our children anymore? You know, what is discipline? You can't yell at them. You can't tell them they did bad. Got to give them a participation trophy. You know, what is discipline now? And I think that's why we're getting over 10 million views on this, is because people see that and they like, oh, my kids better not act like that. I'll whoop them. I'll get them. You know, but the kids are acting like that. They just don't know it. And then when they find out about it, they defend them and try to come up with excuses for them and the reasons why. And I think, you know, parents do have a lot to do with how children are raised. Children are a product of their environment and their upbringing. Their parents, two parents, single parents also. I know it's hard for single parents, but that's what parents are for, is to teach children right and wrong, to teach them respect, to teach them how to act in public. Remember, if you act appropriately in public, you get what you want, right? It's not like following the leader. It's literally be a part of society, be productive, do what's needed to be done. Don't, so you're not looking over your shoulder and having to stress about that. Do what needs to be done. It's not hard to live by, a good moral base here.
Hey, so we have England in the house. Cammy Doodle says, we do not take the bus.
That's good. I took the bus for a couple years back in the day, like 8th grade and I think 6th grade. But most of the time I had to walk, and I walked a long time in Arizona. I went to the Yavapai and Supai and Coronado. So walking, that's what we did.
Hey, can you maybe talk about the name of the channel and what it means, exposing the illusion?
Right.
So people might understand what we're trying to do here.
So the name of this channel, so this is Walk This Way Media, and this is a part of Walk This Way Media, exposing the illusion. And in exposing the illusion, we're trying to think of a way to describe what we want to do. Everything in this life, everything you see, everything that's presented to you, advertisements, TV, all that, everything is a story that somebody is trying to get you to believe. It's an illusion, whether it's a good illusion or a bad illusion, whether it's deceptive or truthful. It's an illusion because somebody wants you to believe what they are saying. And in exposing illusions, whether good or bad, we get to a truth. And that's kind of what we're about. We want to give, if somebody thinks something bad of you based off of a false illusion, wouldn't you like somebody to expose it, to vindicate you, to not have people think negatively of you? That's what we're about. We want to bring to light illusions and get the truth behind them. You know, the power of discernment, to be able to see behind the curtain of things. That's what we're about. And in doing that, we want to help people. So that's what we're about. The illusion of a bad bus driver at first, because parents were hollering, to helping her out and showing her that she's appreciated. There's tens of thousands of bus drivers that do not feel appreciated at all. Like, they just, I don't know. I just don't know. We should show them appreciation. They're taking our kids and they're transporting them and keeping them from danger and wrecks and accidents or harm or anything. So we should thank them, and that's what we're going to do tonight.
Yep.
And we still have time, so if anybody wants to show an appreciation to Bobbi the Bus Driver,
Get a hold of us.
yeah, get a hold of us. We'll present it and we'll give it to her, and
we'll be filming it if she allows us to film her.
yes, that's the other thing.
We'll
We
be
still have to ask her if she would like to be on camera. She knows that what we do, and she does want to meet with us. I would like to have her on camera. I think, she should be proud of what she does, and that people should respect her for transporting their offspring, like.
Oh, that's not her job.
Yeah.
Man. You're driving down the road, right? Driving down the road, trying to watch traffic, and you got 40
Yep.
kids behind you. I mean, that's got to be a hard job, but just in general, man.
Yeah, you can't. I can't. So I want to drive big rig, right? But I think I couldn't do the going through city and the towns and everybody trying to cut me off and turn, and I have to, no, not down with that. I was in the Army and I drove a tank. Somebody wanted to cut me off, I'll run them over. That's 72 tons that run you over. You can't do that in a school bus. So I wouldn't be able to do it.
So I'm in the background. You can hear my voice, but I don't like to be in front of the camera. So I just asked everybody to give a round of applause for Jesse's first time he's been in front of the camera live. So I'm sure he's a little bit nervous, but I think he did a great job.
I'm super nervous.
Yeah. And so I think we're going to sign off. Be looking for the video coming out. We'll be dropping that in a couple days. And, thank you for your support, you guys.
Yes,
It's
thank you,
absolutely
guys.
Amazing.
Yeah, this is. Thank you.
Mind-blowing.
Mind blowing. Thank you. Peace.